Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Titus. It's a privilege to be having this presentation with you guys. I really want to appreciate the opportunity to help these young folks to discover their potentials. And then basically, I know I have a couple of slides to present today, but essentially my objective here is to help you discover what it is that is within you. Within everyone here, there's a potential. You have a particular potential that God has deposited inside of you. Okay, so just a little bit about myself. As it's been introduced, I've been introduced. My name is Adedayo, Adekoya Samuel. Many of us might not know what title I have there. It's a PMP. I'm a project management professional, as well as a registered electrical engineer with, of course, with the Council of Regulation of Engineering back home in Nigeria before I came to Canada. So currently, I work in the IT space as a security analyst. So I believe some of us are here who might be interested in learning about security. You know, you are looking at going into information technology. Probably that might be your interest. So it's an opportunity for you here. And then so that'll be a little bit about me. Let me start. My background is actually in agric engineering. So let me shock some of us. I did my first degree in agric engineering. Then my second degree in energy technology, and then I started my working experience within the space of information technology. So you can see, so I kind of have experience within the engineering space, and then IT, information technology, basically information security. So today I'll be making a presentation on how you can unveil your potentials and then have your self-discovery, you know, basically, which is embrace your self-discovery for purpose fulfillment. So self-discovery talks about understanding who you are. Who are you meant to be? In the next 10, 15, 20 years, many of us will not be sitting down with our parents. We'll be somewhere, you know, fulfilling our purpose. We'll be somewhere making impacts in life. And it is very, very important that you understand what potential, what ability, what are the things you can do. So let's look at a little bit, let's do a little fun, let's make some fun. So let me ask this question: what is the most precious metals in the world? Anybody? Let me just make some little question here. I have a few questions. What's the most expensive precious metal in the world? If you know the answer, you can unmute and then tell me what the answer is.
I think the answer should be gold.
Okay, somebody said the answer should be gold. Any other person? I love that.
I'll choose C.
Sorry?
C. Rhodium.
Rhodium, C. Okay, any other person? Do we have any other person?
I think it's rhodium too.
It's rhodium. Jedediah says it's rhodium. Somebody says gold. Do you have any other contrary option to that? Okay, anyway, you've chosen right. The correct answer is actually rhodium. And then if you really look at all these options, they are all precious. They are all precious. The only thing is that we only identify one as the most precious, basically due to his properties, and then due to his probably due to his properties, and then at the same time due to the fact that it is not available. And so the second question I asked, which country has the most lakes in the world? Which country has the most lakes in the world? Anybody? Anybody? Which country has the most lakes in the world? I just
China.
Sorry?
China.
China. Nice. Any other person?
It's Canada.
Canada. Any other person?
Canada or Brazil?
Canada.
China.
You have to choose one.
It is Canada. It is
Okay.
Canada.
So you are absolutely right if your answer is Canada. So I try to bring out this question so that I can get your feedback and I can see that you guys are following. So basically, these are something that you can browse online and then you get to know, right? Now let's look at understanding the word I have here, potentials. What does it mean to say potential? Now, potential is talking about what? Now, let's take for instance, potential energy. What do we say? Energy stored in an object. Now, what does that mean? Potential talks about what? The ability or the capacity for you to become something, right? In the future. So, what we are discussing here today is to let you understand that you have a potential, you have the capacity to become somebody in the future. Some of us, while I joined the call, I saw somebody say he or she wants to build robotic. You know, you want to build a robot, you want to be a robotic engineer. So that talks about the capacity. That means you have that capacity. You have that what? Potential. You have that what? Energy stored in you. So whatever you have planned to become on this earth, you have that capacity. I will have to throw that away. Now, if you look about your right, you see, my first question, you see diamond. And that means if you look at this diamond, very beautiful, expensive, precious, one of the major metals that people look up to, and it is really expensive. But one thing is this, for this diamond to actually come out and become something that everybody will appreciate, it has to go through some rough edges. It has to go through some people have to explore. They have to explore into the earth to be able to bring that diamond out. So the same thing talks about you. For you to become somebody, something most valuable, something precious, you have to explore. And what does that mean? You have the potential to do that. Now let's look at the second word, unveiling. What's the meaning of unveiling? Unveiling means to what? To remove a veil, right? To remove a veil, to announce publicly for the first time. So that means Jedidiah, Modupe, Shiloh, all of you have that potential that needs to be unveiled to the world. You have that potential, you have that capacity, you have that skill, you have that experience. The only thing is that you now need to discover it. You need to be able to discover. You need to be able to discover it, and that is what I will be walking us through on my presentation today. Now let's look at another one, unveiling potential. So let's bring the two together. Is the process of discovering or revealing hidden abilities, talents, or capacity within oneself. It's about recognizing and tapping into the inherent strengths. Now, inherent talks about what is in you, something intrinsic. So something that is within you. So unveiling potential means what? It's a process. Now look at that word, process. Process means it is a journey. So for you to be able to review, like I've defined the word unveil, for you to be able to come out, for the world to see who you are, what you want to become. You want to become a scientist, you want to become an engineer, you want to become an IT professional, you want to become a lawyer. So you have to understand that it is a process, it is a journey. And what does that mean? That means you have the creativity, you have the experience. You just need to understand the goals. You need to set your goals. You need to go through training. You need to acquire skills for you to be able to have those potential that lies within you. So when we are talking about unveiling potentials, we are talking about the potential that is within Shiloh, the potential that is within Jedidiah, the potential that is within all of you. And then you now want to unveil it. You want it to come out. Right now, many of you, we don't even know what you can build, we don't know what you can develop, we don't know what are your interests. Now, for you, there are things that God, permit me, God has deposited in you. There are things that you already have. The only thing is that you need to unveil it, you need to discover it. And how do you discover it? Through your personal development, education, mentorship, and various forms of training, and I will be discovering that. So let's also look at self-discovery. How do you discover yourself? I love to define something. I love to define the terms, because if you don't define the terms, then you will not be able to have deeper understanding of what that thing is. Now, self-discovery, say, is the process of gaining deeper insights into ourselves. That means self-discovery. Now, let's look at the word self and the word discovery. The word discovery is from the word what? Discover. To discover something. Now, self is talking about you. So, now, for you to, we are not talking about you want to understand you. For self-discovery, you are trying to discover yourself. To understand your weakness. You need to understand your strengths. You need to understand your values. As little or as young you are, you all have strengths. And then you need to be able to improve on those strengths. You need to understand what your values are. What are your passion? What will you love to do? I keep saying, in the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, what are the things you see yourself doing? What do you want to do? And for you to be able to say, okay, by the time I'm 30 or by the time I'm 25, I don't want to even use the word 30. By the time I'm 20 or 25, I want to start doing this and this and this. And that is talking about what you discover yourself. Now, let's look at it by my right to see. The word of God says, before I formed you in the womb. That's in the book of Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Said, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Now, what is the message here? The message here is that before some of you were even born, God knows you. There is something within you. You are to be a solution provider to this world. There are so many things that have not been discovered. There are so many technology that has not been discovered. There are so many innovations. So you need to understand that the next generation, which is you, are what we trust in you. We depend on you to be able to come up with this initiative. And how can you do that? It is by understanding the hidden aspect of yourself. There is an aspect of you that is hidden. You know, for instance, if you are good, I remember when I was in secondary school, I was super good when it comes to mathematics and further maths. I was the best student for those two courses. Now I look at it, I'm like, then biology, I struggle with biology, but definitely I usually pass. Mostly I just have B, but I don't even have to sit down with mathematics. I just find myself doing it. I find myself having 90s, but with biology I see myself having 60. But do you know what? What surround me, the people around me wanted me to be studying medicine, but I already knew. I said no, I cannot study medicine. I know I love calculations. I love to solve things. It's easier for me. Now, because of that, while I finished my high school, I had to choose. Either I study medicine or I study engineering. And I chose engineering because I know that I found this easy. Now, where am I going? Within us, there are things that you find easy to do. There are things that you do without even thinking about it. Among the subjects you are doing in your school, there are courses that you look at it and you're like, no, this is I know this course. So look at those courses. That is the first way to start. How can I develop myself on this course? Now, let's go back. Self-discovery is crucial for personal development. It's important for you to set meaningful goals. When you discover yourself, you're able to set meaningful goals. You're able to pursue the paths that align with your values. You're able to navigate setbacks. What does that mean? If there are challenges, because you have discovered yourself, you know what you can do. You know what you are capable of doing. So even if there are challenges, even if there are setbacks, even if there are impediments, you know how you can navigate through. So it is very, very important at this particular age that you understand your strengths, you know your values, you know what you are passionate about, and that is very, very important. You know, Miles Monroe said, he said the greatest discovery in life is self-discovery. The greatest, that means the highest, the utmost discovery is self-discovery. Until you find yourself, you will always be somebody else. So until you discover who you are, you will be somebody else. Become yourself. So my advice to everyone today is become yourself. And how can you become yourself? Understand your passion, know your skill, know your talents. Don't let things around. Don't compete. You are not competing with anybody. You are only competing with yourself. So don't look at it and say, oh, in our class, this person always have the best subject, always have the best score, the best grade. What you should discover is what grade, what aspects of the courses am I good at? What can I do well? What aspects? And the interesting thing is this, within you, there's actually something that you can actually discover. So now let's look at it. What are the strategies for discovering yourself? Number one, self-assessment. Assess yourself. Review yourself. Sit down in a quiet place. Review who you are. Explore. Try new things. Mindset shift. That means shift your thoughts from what? Shift your thoughts from somebody that cannot do it to somebody who can do it. Set goals. Seek inspirations within you. Then continuous learning. Don't forget, very, very important, continuous learning. Somebody said the day you stop learning, then you start dying. That means till 100 years old, you have to continue to learn. You have to continue reading. You have to continue to make research. Make research about what you love about yourself. Make research about that subject. Then practice self-compassion. That means love yourself. Don't compete yourself with others. Embrace challenges. What are the challenges? What are the aspects of mine that I haven't really gotten? What are the things? What's going on in the world? You know, as an IT professional, one of the things that I do on a daily basis is to embrace challenges. I do research. What is going on? What is going on here? What's going on in this place? I subscribe myself to some pages, to some websites to have information, to embrace it. What's this person doing? What's going on within my field? Create opportunities. Then celebrate progress. Celebrate yourself. When you achieve something, celebrate yourself. Now I just put, I said set self-assessment, which means begin by taking stock of your strengths. Explore. Be proactive in exploring new opportunities and experience. Try new things. Your hobbies, try new things. If you can swim, learn to swim. If you know you love to swim, if you know you love to dance, if you know you love to talk, if you know you love, try to what? Explore those things about yourself. Mindset shifts. Adopt a growth mindset. Understand that you are growing. As you grow in life, understand that you have to cultivate resilience. Don't take setback as a limitation. Set goals in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. Set goals. What are the things you love to achieve? Set those goals. Seek inspiration. What does that mean? Surround yourself with people that can inspire you. Surround yourself. Dr. Titus is there. Surround yourself with those people. Hear from their experience. Hear from what they've done. How do they achieve this? Now, today you have a couple of speakers that will be talking. Try to understand. Connect to them. Seek inspirations from them. Then, like I said, continuous learning. Commit yourself to lifelong and personal development. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and patient with yourself. Don't put yourself in hurry. You know, as you grow in life, one of the danger here is social media. People go online, they look at Instagram and they're like, oh, see this person, he just bought this, he just did this, he just achieved this. No. Love yourself, celebrate your progress and accomplishments, and recognize that growth takes time and effort. Embrace challenges, create opportunities. What does that mean? Take initiative in creating opportunities. Celebrate your progress. Now, I'll be rounding up with this. How do you embrace a mindset of what? How do you embrace a mindset of self-discovery and potential and unveiling potential? On the final note, embrace a mindset of openness and curiosity. Be open. Be open to ideas. Be curious about things that are happening around you. You know, self-discover. Required courage. Confront fears. You know, don't be afraid. Confront your fears with courage. Confront your uncertainties, your vulnerabilities. Then set aside time for reflection. Reflect about who you are. Practice self-compassion. I've said it again. Treat yourself with kindness and forgiveness. Allow yourself to express your thoughts, feelings, and desires authentically without the need to confront others' expectations or societal norms. There are societal norms. There are things that will go around that you want to be like, no, I have to compete. You are not in a competition with anybody. You are only in competition with yourself. Understand that you are only in competition with yourself. Take time to understand your ability. That is everything about my presentation. Take time, discover yourself, and embrace who you are. And that will be it. Be curious about your strengths. Don't hesitate to seek support from others, trusted friends. Share your journey of self-discovery with others. So share your journey, discover among you have friends, you have colleagues, you have your mentors, you have people, seek, embrace, don't share your journey with them. Share how you've achieved, what are the things you've achieved. Cultivate a sense of gratitude. Appreciate the opportunity to learn. Very, very important. Appreciate the opportunity to learn. And then, so that's everything. In conclusion, embracing self-discovery is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. Understand that every day as an individual, I continue to discover myself. I continue to know what are the things I can do. A journey that invites us to continually explore, evolve, and pursue our highest potential. Understand this. It is not a destination. So the fact that you graduate from high school today and then you move from high school to college or to vocational studies, anything, you continue to discover yourself. And I want to say thank you everyone. Thank you for listening, and I'm open to question. I'll stay behind for a few questions. Anyone with question, I'm open.
We have a question here to Mr. Samuel. What can you tell us about your career journey in Nigeria before moving to Canada? Mostly in Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company. Any challenges you face? Do you learn your cybersecurity in Nigeria? And who or what motivates you to change your career to cybersecurity?
Okay, so I will start with something. I will say continuous learning, right? And then when I joined IBDC, prior to joining Ibadan Electricity, I actually joined IBDC as an IT assistant manager, and then that was after my 5 years in the metering industry. I was working as an IT system administrator. My first working experience was in the metering industry. You understand? So that's while I was there, I had the opportunity to learn. I had the opportunity to learn things about technology. So first I took CCNA, that's Cisco Networking Associates. So even though I was in that company as an IT person and also as an engineer, because we usually go on field, I was just learning. Now, in that company, I had the opportunity to go on a training in China. I had the opportunity to go on a training in Dubai, and then that opportunity gave me some, I was able to learn so many things with it, you know, that goes beyond the local things that are happening. So when I joined IBDC, I joined IBDC to actually set up a technology which is called Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It was actually the first technology for that company. So basically, what does it do? What's the objective of the technology? We were able to remotely connect to all these. We deploy what we call smart meters, and then we're able to connect to those meters remotely. So my knowledge from my previous company in deployment of infrastructure, in deployment of meters, which is engineering, actually come to play. So I was saddled with the responsibility of even training. I have 34 staff reporting directly to me. Now, where did I come from? I started, even though I did agric engineering. So in my NYC, maybe I should even say something. My initial course was supposed to be electrical engineering. So first, I surrounded myself with people that did electrical engineering, even while I was in school. And the good thing was that I finished as the boy student in agric engineering. So even though it was not the course that I was supposed to do, I was the top. So after I finished, my lecturer called me, "Would you like to lecture?" I said, "No, I'm not going to lecture. That was not my path." But of course, engineering, the fundamentals of engineering, I had that knowledge. I had the experience. I did my internship also with a terminal, or based on scholarship, right? But when I joined IBDC, because now I am now fully into technology, that was when I started my journey into certification. I did AWS, I did Azure, I did project management, which is PMP. I did so many IT certifications because I knew for me to be able to sustain on that role, I need to understand what is happening technology-wise. So basically, I would say the fact that probably some of us might, I had a friend who was my best friend. He did electrical engineering. He works in Amazon. He's an inspiration to me, definitely. So we went to the same school. But even though he was my colleague, he's somebody that I look up to. So I usually just go to him, tell me what's going on, what certification can I do? Okay, you know what, start with CCNA. I did CCNA. Okay, you know what, start with this. Now I usually look at him, and then another thing that I always do is I try to check out people's profile. I look at people's profile, try to understand, okay, if somebody has this, what has it done to be able to get to this level? So most of the things that you have to do is, like I said, continuous learning, mentorship, surround yourself with people that can help you grow, right? So that I think that my advice to anyone would be, number one is continuous learning, then never limit yourself, and you, like I said, you will continue to discover yourself. So I continue to discover myself. So right now I'm on the seat of technology, right? Then I can tell you, in the next few years, I'm looking into super management. Maybe I'll be taking up my MBA. I told myself I'm not going to do PhD. If I had wanted to do PhD, probably I would have picked it up. But I was like, okay, I'm into the field. I'm on the field. So basically, for me to sustain myself, I need to be able to get enough more certifications and all of those stuff. I believe I have been able to answer your question.